Well, hello to whoever's watching this video. If there's nobody watching, that's fine, because I enjoy doing it anyway. But if there is somebody watching, then I hope you enjoy it. Now, this is my first time of actually doing a video with a recording, so if I make a mess, you'll have to forgive me. But here we go. Let's go into the trains. Click on trains. Oh, there we go. Right, choose a route. And we're going on the West Coast Main Line, south London Euston to Milton Keynes. And the timetable, and we're going to use the Class 350 EMU. We'll click on that, over here, click on it there. Now I do like to set the weather, so I'm putting it custom weather. And we're going to the 6th of June, and we're going to have slight clouds. There we go. Now let's choose a train. Scroll down, we'll look. I've had a look previously, and we're going to look at the 10:02 Milton Keynes Central to London Euston. 10:02 starting. The train actually leaves Milton Keynes at 10:04, so I have 2 minutes to get everything up and running. So here we go. Click on that. Click on Get Started, and we're being the driver, not the conductor. You can do conductor if you want. But I don't think that Dovetail Games have perfected it quite right yet. So we'll do driver. There we go. Get all these signs away. I hope that music's not too loud. It will stop when the video starts. It's just the initializing of the game. There we go. Get started, right. Click on Get Started, here we go. Now our platform is over on the right hand side, over there. So let's get the train ready. We've got a yellow signal ready. Put in the master key, turn that on, and then we will select forward, ready to go. We need some lights on, which are down here. And we'll put daytime running lights on, or daytime headlights, there we are, that's them on. We've got to open the doors now, mustn't forget that. If I do that, that starts loading the passengers. Over here, click on that button there, and that initializes the GSM radio. Right, we'll switch on the safety systems, which you do by doing that and that. There they go, and we'll hit that button there. That's all the safety systems switched on, and believe it or not, we are ready to go. Now what I will do is I'll bring the brake down a little bit from where it is. Not quite minimum, we'll just go up a little bit. There we are, 12% brake, that holds the train. But we are ready to go at 10:04. We've got the yellow signal, oh, there we are, we've got a double yellow now. That means the line is a bit clearer ahead of us than it will be with the yellow signal. I will explain those as we go along a bit, but right, half a minute to go. Now I start closing the doors at about 10:03 and 53 seconds. On the actual railway, the rule is that the doors should close 30 seconds before the train is due to leave the station. But we're going to do it just a little bit different here. So it's coming up to 49:50. All right, let's close the doors. Doors are closing. Have a quick look at the outside. See the outside of the train. There we are. Doors are closed. Back into the cab, and it's time to go. So here we go. We'll go up to P2, power 2 to start with. That's the power handbrake on the left-hand side. Going forward with it goes into braking, and pulling it back towards you, you've got the acceleration. So we've got a speed limit down here of 85 miles an hour. You can see in the top left hand corner of the screen, and we're just coming up to about 25. Then we can open up a bit now. We'll go up to power 4, notch 4, and that's the highest you can go. There's four notches on the throttle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we just watch how we go down here. Now, if you do see the screen jump a little bit or stutter, It's because the graphics card I'm using is not quite up to the standard that's needed to run this game. It's not far off of it, and it is quite good. I mean, it does look fairly steady at the moment. Right, we're up to 100 miles an hour now. Now up in the top right hand corner you'll see it says distance 1.3 miles. That's as far ahead as the game is looking for me. You can see we got a yellow signal, cancel that one. That's a double yellow, which means the next signal is a yellow if it stays like that, and after that it would be a red. Now we're coming down. Now I'm doing 73, we've got a 90 mile an hour speed limit coming up. So I'm not going to let the train go past 90 mile an hour. And as you can see, we've got a yellow signal approaching and then a red signal. Right, so we'll start cutting the speed down a little bit, or just come down so that she doesn't accelerate too much. This is a class 350 EMU running on overhead cables via a pantograph, and it's pulling 25,000 volts out of that cable. There we are, it's just going to 90, cancel that again, that's the, oh, double yellow again, that's alright, so we've got the road ahead. The signals are, green signal tells you the line is clear ahead, and you will get a bell ringing in the cab, just going ding. If it's any other signal, like yellow or red, you get the buzzer. And the buzzer, you have 2.8 seconds to cancel it, or the emergency brake's coming out. Made a mess of it already. I've gone into 75 mile an hour speed limit, so let me slow the train down a bit. Here we go again. Right, single yellow, so that means we've got a red ahead, so I have got to slow the train right down. Now I can bring it back down a bit, that's it. So down here somewhere we've got a red signal that I must not go past. Hello, it looks like it's gone to yellow anyway, and we've got a station coming up. This is our first station. This should be Bletchley. Stopping there at 10:09 and 30 seconds. Right, so we need to hit the end of the platform at approximately 20 miles an hour. Not much more. We're doing 40 coming down. Anything under 30 is quite acceptable. There we go. Right, slowing down. Now for the game, the red area is showing you where the train needs to stop. That was for that double yellow that you can see ahead. Let's bring the speed down a little bit. Now we've got an 8-coach train here, so we need to look for the 8-coach marker, which will basically be just coming up on our left-hand side. 7 miles an hour, slower down a bit more. 5, 3, that'll do. Open the doors on the left. And there we go, the doors are opening, we'll have a look. There are, you can, oops, too far. You can see passengers getting off. There they go. Right, we're away from here at 10:10. So back into the cab. Like I said, we've got a green signal. That means the road ahead is clear. Any other signal means you've got to be prepared to stop. So the layout in front of us, that's the actual driver's cab that you would see if you were actually driving a real train like this. Everything's laid out. Not everything works. Most of the buttons, especially the buttons that you need to drive the train, they all work as per driving in a real train. Right, our speed limit when we leave it here again will be 75 miles an hour. I will get a penalty in the game for speeding just now. Right, again I'll close the doors at 1:09 and 53 seconds because we're away at 10:10. So just waiting for the time to go now. We can, you can open the windows and the sound gets a bit better. Here we go. Right, getting ready to close the doors. There we go. We'll have a quick check to make sure they are closing. There they go. Back into the cab. And we're ready to go. Here we go. So, power up to P2. And away we go. Our next stop is Leighton Buzzard in 6 miles. Up to P4 and off we go. This is, believe it or not, very, very realistic. I worked as a guard on the railway for British Rail and for a private train operator. I still do guarding now, but I do it on a heritage railway now. But I've been in the cabs of diesels and such like when they've been going along, and this does look very realistic. And it is actually the layout that you would see coming down from Milton Keynes to London Euston. This is what it would look like. We're actually on the slow up lane, or the up slow it would be better than this. The lines over on the right hand side, we got the down slow directly next to us, and then the two other lines further over there, the fast lanes for the pendolinos and things like that, and the non-stop trains, the trains that don't stop. So we're okay now, everything's running alright. Now, I don't go right up to 100 miles an hour. I will cut the throttle back at about 97, 98. That gives you then a bit of a leeway, which is what I didn't do earlier on, but never mind about that, it's only a game. Could always do with something to drink when you're talking like this. I've got a can of Iron Brew up finished off my granddaughter. So if you hear me slurping, it's me having a drink of it. They are 91 miles an hour. That ramp we've just gone over there, that's what they call the AWS ramp. That connects with the magnet under the train and makes the ding sound when the signal coming up is green. Like I said, any other signal colour, yellow or red, and it will be a buzzer. And if you don't cancel that buzzer, within 2.8 seconds, the train's brakes will go on automatically. And that's, as a friend of mine says, tea and biscuits with the manager. Oh, I've gone over now already. See, I'm talking. There we are. Right, we're going to hold her at P2, P3, P2, that's better. We're still going uphill, so there we are, she's not too bad. Gives us the 3 mile an hour margin. Now we're 2.6 miles from Leighton Buzzard, and after Leighton Buzzard I think it's Watford Junction, and then straight through to London Euston. There's a freight train going down on the down slow. That's empty stop for what they call, oh, I can't really think of the name of it now. It'll come to me in a minute. I'll drop it in a bit. That's it. Right, 1.8 miles and we're doing 97, so in a minute we'll start slowing down. Well, we've just gone on to 90 already. See, this is because I'm talking and I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. That's right, we've got to slow down anyway. Now you can see the station coming up on the graph on the right hand side. It's that blue marking, and that shows you where Leighton Buzzard is. So we're 1.3 miles away, so I'll start bringing the speed down. Don't want to come down too quick. Don't want to stop in the middle of the track. That's the AWS again, telling me the line is clear, and we've got a green signal. Now don't ask me the name of this tunnel because I don't know. If I was a real driver driving the real trains along here, I would need to have perfect route knowledge of every signal number, every tunnel, the name of the tunnels, where all the level crossings are and everything. Right, here we are. We're coming down now, so we'll slow her right down. And this should be Leighton Buzzard coming up. Looking for the 8-car stop on the left hand side. It's just coming up now. There it is. So we'll stop just here. That's it, and open the doors. Have a quick look. We'll see the doors opening. There we go. Don't want to go that close to them. Now that's a glitch in the game. The passengers are not supposed to get off the train and just stand there. They're supposed to move away. In fact, under railway rules, if our passengers are stood this side of the yellow line, you're not allowed to move the train. There's a Pendolino going by, I think. Right, we're off here at 10:17, so we'll close the doors 10:16 and 53. Excuse me, that's our iron brew. Right, just coming up. There we go, closing the doors, back in the driving cab. We're ready to go. That's it, we can go. Next stop, Watford Junction. Here we go again. I'll try and maintain the train to the right speed. It's not that easy when you're talking to people. You've got to be. You really need to understand how much a driver has to concentrate when he's driving one of these things. You know, we can go up to 100 miles an hour now, as you can see, but we've got to wait for the back of the train to go by that sign before the speed comes in. And we're an 8-coach train, so there we go. There's the Pendolino going up again. It's quite a busy line, this is the West Coast Main Line, and they've got it. They haven't got it bad. It could be a bit busier. The one thing I think is really bad is when you get to London Euston and you get off the train and walk up the ramps to the concourse at the top. There's not a soul in sight, nobody at all. Normally when you come off of Euston on a train and you go up on the concourse, there are people everywhere. Now that flashing double yellow means we've got a change of track, so we'll be moving over in a minute, so I'm not going to accelerate much. But I'll take the power off altogether. Flashing signals like that tells you you're going to move over, and in a minute we'll see a single flashing one, and then we should see the signal with what they call the feathers on top that shows us which track we're moving over to. There we go, single flashing yellow. That other ramp you see in the centre of the track that looks like rusty bars, that is what we call the TPWS, there we go again, Train Protection and Warning System. Right, we've got a 60 mile an hour crossing here, so we'll bring the speed down, there we go. And here you got the signal coming up, what they call the feathers. It's 5 white lights showing you where you're going. Let's just change to green. And we're moving over to the next line. Here we go, the 60-mile crossover, or 60-mile-an-hour crossover. Do we go over again? Yes, we do, we're going over again, so we're now going on to the up fast. And now we can build a speed back up to 110 now. Now we're on the up fast, we've got the maximum speed that this train can do. If I just go upwards, you'll see it there, it says maximum speed 110. Now 18 miles to Watford Junction, so we've got quite a ride now, and most of that is at 110 miles an hour. As I say, Watford Junction is our last stop before we travel down to Euston. What this station is coming up, I don't know, because I don't know the names of the stations, not properly. I know Bletchley and Leighton, Buzzard, which are the next ones after Milton Keynes, but well, there's another 350 going the other way. I know Watford Junction and I know Wimbledon Central, I can tell those as we come through them. The real interesting part of this game is as you're approaching London Euston, because it gets busier. You've got trains coming at you left, right and centre, and we've just got to obey all the signals and all the speed limits, because they slow us down as we approach London Euston. They bring us down from 110 down to 90, down to 85, 80, then to 55, 50, and then down to 40, and finally down to 25 to enter the station. I hope you can hear the volume enough. Right, we've just come to 100 miles an hour, and I'll throttle back a little bit now, about 107, 108. And as you can see, we are going uphill still by a 4% gradient. Shows up on the top left bar. Obviously you wouldn't have those in a real train, those are just there for my benefit so that I know what's happening. Right, let's throttle back a bit down to P1 and see what that does. We're dropping down a bit, so we'll power up a little bit. You must admit they've done a good job of designing this when you really think that all this has been designed on a computer. The way they do it is marvellous. You can see those ramps, those TPWS ramps in the middle of the track as we go over them. We don't have to acknowledge them, but what they do is they protect the train. And if I'm approaching a red signal too fast, they will automatically put the brakes in so that I can't go past the red signal. I've had it happen to me once in this game. I was approaching London Euston and the signal was red and I was approaching it too fast and the train just put the brakes in. I came to a shuddering stop just before the signal. Good job it was only a game. Right. Then we're catching one up here. Now that's the down slow line there, but that's the line we were on just now. This is the reason why we probably came across, not the down slow, it's the up slow, sorry. The reason why we came across to the up fast is because that one was in front of us. You notice then as that train went past its signal, so the signal turned red. That's the way it actually works on the real railway, so it is very, very good. There are still some glitches and bugs in the game. They call them bugs. There are some, but they'll get them ironed out eventually. Now again, don't ask me the name of this tunnel, because I haven't the foggiest idea. It's only a short one, out the other side. As I said earlier on, I was a guard on the railway on British Rail and for a private train operator. I still do guarding on a heritage railway up in Staffordshire, which I enjoy doing, but I'm only a volunteer, I don't get paid for it. But it is good fun, I really enjoy it. You can do guarding on these, but like I said, they haven't got it quite right yet. Oh, just gone over a slower down. I was talking again, wasn't I? That's a down slow going by us. You might think it's going up, but it's not, it's going down. All routes going towards London are known as the up lines. So because we're going towards London, we're on an up line, and we're on a fast line, so it's known as the up fast. That train that went by the other way was on the down at slow because he's going away from London. Anything away from London is a down line. Anything up towards London is an up line. 8.9 miles from Watford Junction. So far we've been recording for 28 minutes. This is about a 47-minute run down to London from Milton Keynes. If we didn't stop on the way down, if it was Milton Keynes straight through to Euston, where some of the runs are, it would be about 36 minutes. But because we have to stop at 3 stations, it's a 47-minute run. We can speed up a bit now. Notice it's gone up to 110 and I haven't taken any notice of it, but we'll pick up speed. There we are, he's on the down fast, that one. Now when we get to Watford Junction, over on the right hand side when we leave the station, you will see some more lines. And those lines are what they call the London commuter routes. It's a mixture of the overground section of the underground and one of the overlines as well. Or above lines, whatever they call them. Sorry, I'm just knocking the mouse around a bit with my hand. Now, I've noticed this, the train, although I was throttling up, the train was slowing down. And I found out the way to stop that is to go back to throttle off and then it starts picking up speed. I don't know if that's a glitch in the game or if that actually happens on the 350s. Right, 5.8 miles to go and we've got 4 minutes to get there. Passengers on the platform waiting for a train. Right, throttle back. It's a lovely sunny day. When I set the weather at the beginning of the game, I always put a bit of cloud in the sky. I like to see just a few wispy clouds up in the sky, and the weather on these games is actually dynamic. So if you keep it on dynamic weather, the weather can actually change. You can start off in bright sunshine and end up in fog and thunderstorms. So I prefer to keep it to nice weather all the time. 4 miles down to Watford Junction. I think they've done a very good job of modelling the overhead cables. It's quite brilliant. And like I say, through those cables goes 25,000 volts. And I do know when I was on the railway, I had training on them. I had to be trained on them. And I know that if you get within 9 foot of one of those 25,000 volt cables, it will actually arc across to you and fry you like a crisp. Right, 1.5 miles, so we'll start slowing down. Right, bring it back off a bit. I don't know if you notice as you come out of the tunnels there, that flare of light that you get, but that actually does happen on real tunnels when you come at the end of them. There is a flare of light before your eyes adjust to the brightness. Right, 0.8 miles away. And they've even, you notice as you go across points here, how the train bounces on the points. They've actually built that into the game as well, which is quite realistic. Because sometimes tracks can be really, really rough. Now here we are coming into Watford. I always tell Watford Junction, you've got this big brick building on the right hand side.
May I have your attention, please?
The stations are all modelled correctly as well. This is what Watford Junction would look like as you come into it. Right, we're looking for the 8-car marker again, which is just coming up on the left hand side now, so let's bring the speed down a bit more. There we are. Oh, that's a good stop. We'll take that one. Open the doors and have a quick look. Ah, there we are. There's our passengers getting off. And this time they're walking away from the train, as you can see. And we're off here at 10:34, which is just about now, so let's close the doors. We've got all our passengers on, or all our passengers off. Doors are locking. There we go. And we can go. Next stop, London Euston, 10:49. It's 10:34 now, so 10:49 will be there. And I believe it's mostly 110 all the way down until we get near London. Now over on the right hand side you can now see what you call the suburban lines, the commuter lines, the overground and the underground section, or the overground section of the underground. This game has been produced by Dovetail Games. Dovetail Games is the company that actually makes the train simulators. They've got the Train Simulator franchise, and I came onto it when it was Train Simulator 2. And I've gone through the variations 3, 4, and now I'm on Train Simulator 5. And they've improved it each time. A lot of people moan and groan about it and say that this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it. But I don't. I think they've done a good job, and considering it's only a game, in the end, that's all it is, a game. It is true to life. It is really lifelike, and I enjoy it. I think my wife doesn't share the same enjoyment with it as I do, but she does put up with it. She knows I'm up here playing on it. She's downstairs watching television with the granddaughter. The one thing I can see on the screen that you can't see is the timer for the recording, and it's just coming past 37 minutes now, so it's going to be about a 47-minute run, like I said. Coming up to 97 mile an hour now. Yeah, we're on maximum throttle. If you look at the controls down in front of us, the big yellow button you see on the right hand side, which is just there in front of us now, that is what the driver would actually press to cancel the AWS when he got a buzzer signal. The big red button you can see in the bottom right hand part of the screen now, that's the emergency stop button. Whack that and the train will come grinding to a halt. Not straight away, but it will stop pretty quickly. Right, throttle back down. Now you can see the lines over on the right hand side, and you will see underground train in a minute going along, because the underground comes out as far as Watford. You do get other signals on the line as well as lights. There's one signal we call a banner repeater, and it's a white circle with a black bar in it. And you get that when the signal you're approaching can't be seen because it's around a curve or something. And that banner repeater tells you what the state of the signal is ahead of you, and I'm speeding again. Tea and biscuits with the manager for speeding. Get your knuckles wrapped. There we are, going passing a slower train again. Again, that's a class 350. There's the London Underground to the right of us. If I just do that, you'll see the underground train there. We've just gone past him. That's quite a good view of the train, isn't it, as well? Got to keep an eye on the speed as we're doing this. You can see we've got the daytime headlights on. If we were on nighttime headlights, the left-hand light would be lit up. And there, that's a view of the train as we're going by, or as it's going by. Travelling along at 101 mile an hour at the moment. There we are, back into the cab. Another station coming up. This station coming up on the right hand side is a combined with that's a London Overground commuter train just going through. That's a class 710. The underground stock they use on here is what they call the 1972 stock. Like I said, this is a class 350 we're in. And the Pendolinos are 390s, class 390s, and their speed is 125 miles an hour top speed. But they are the trains that they do tilt as they go around curves, and you can actually see it when you go on the outside of the train, like I did just now with this one. You can see the Pendolinos tilting into the corners. Now this is Wembley we're going through now. Oh, and I'm speeding again, and we're coming up to 90 as well, so I better slow right down now. And go a bit more, go a bit faster down here. We haven't got to the 90 yet, but this is where we start slowing down for London. Excuse me, 6.6 miles away, slowing down for London. Down. Take the throttle off, apply a little bit of brake just to slow us down. A bit more. There we go. There, 91. Let's drop her just below 90 now. There we are. And there's the speed limit just going by now. So it just changed to 90. Now we'll start slowing it down gradually now until we actually get to London, and that'll be a 25 mile an hour speed limit to enter the station. Now you can see up at the top right hand corner we've got an 85 mile an hour speed limit coming up, although we're doing already under 85, so we can speed back up a bit. Try and keep a bit of time. We've got 7 minutes. Is it? No. Yeah, 7 minutes before we're due in London. Passing one of the depots. I think that was Wembley depot we've just gone past on the left hand side. Right. Now we need to be coming down to 85. Which is what we're down to. Bit slower. That'll do. Right, I think this is a long tunnel. I think. Is it? No, this is a short tunnel. There is one tunnel on here you think is a short tunnel, and all of a sudden it gets longer. Again, it's a bit of a glitch in the game, but just par for the course, I suppose. Right, we're down to 80. We've got 80 coming up. Lovely sunny day, like it's been today actually here. It's been lovely here where I am. Took the dog for a 2-hour walk. I don't know who it killed most, me or the dog. Right, here's the 80 coming up. And we got a 80 and we got a signal coming up. Well, that could have been for the speed limit actually. There are a couple of spurious warnings on here that don't, you think it's an AWS route they've gone over, but there's nothing there for it, so things they need to sort out. Right, we're coming down to 55 speed limit, so let's bring it down a bit. And we've got a red signal at 50 at the moment. Like I say, in a real train you wouldn't have that, but because as gamers we don't have the route knowledge that drivers actually have, and they know where the speed limits are. Let her slow down a bit too much, I'll pick her up again. Up to at least 55, almost. Right, the 55 is just coming up now. There it is. Even the tunnels are modelled quite well, as you can see, brickwork. That's the Pendolino going the other way. Right, so you see the tunnel disappear there. Thought you were coming out of it. I said there was a tunnel that does that. But we will come out of it eventually. There we are, it curves as it comes out of the tunnel, so I think there's a bit of a glitch there as well. Never mind. Still good fun. I enjoy it. Right, we're coming up to 50, which is just here. That's it. We're doing 49, so we'll drop down a little bit more. And then we've got a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up. There's a banner repeater, you just saw it. I said it gets a bit busier as you get in towards London. Now we're coming up to a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit, so I'll bring it down a bit more. And we've got a double yellow coming up, so get ready to cancel it. There we go. That's a 710 going out, class 710. Right, then we've got a 25 coming up, so I've got to slow her right down now. There's the 25 under the signal. So that's the speed limit now for coming into Euston. I'm speeding already. There's quite a steep gradient going down here, so if you're not careful, the train runs away with you. I've got no throttle on now, but she's speeding up because the gradient is so steep. So I'll just put a bit of brake in, just to hold her back a bit. And there's London Euston, just in front of us now. You can see the platforms. The squeal of the wheels on the curves. Now knock her down a bit more. So I don't want the TPWS to fire off and bring us to a stop. Here we are. Coming into Euston. Drop it in a little bit, right down to 80 miles, that's quite good. That's okay. Just let it run in at this. As long as we don't hit the buffers at the far end, we're alright. Knock it down a touch more. Touch more. That's it. Down a little bit more. As we come in, just slow her down gently. There's no rush. Got to give the passengers a good ride. Oh, stop quickly. There we are. Welcome to Euston. Here we are, we've arrived. Open the doors. Passengers can get off. We'll have a quick look to see them get off. Though they don't get off, nobody gets off here for some reason. Because they class it as passengers loading as well. So I've just got to stay here now. Wait for the word to close the doors. Lock doors, there we go. And that'll tell me how I did. For all that speeding, I'll probably get a silver medal. You can get gold medals and you can get platinum medals as well. Oh look, I got a gold medal. Hope you do. Well done. There we are. Right, click on continue and return to free roam, and now I'll shut the train down. Right, turn the headlights off. Put the tail lights on, knock the reverser back to off. No, I can't because my brakes are not. My brakes have got to be on maximum brake to do that. Now they're on maximum brake, I can knock that off. That's that done, that's that done. That's okay, now I've got to take the key out. There we are, and that's the train shut down. Now, I'm not sure why the key hasn't come out. Normally it comes out. So let's try switching it in again. And switching it out. It doesn't want to come out, never mind. There we are. Over to the doors. And out. Here we are at Euston Station. Doesn't look very busy, does it? Right, one thing you always do when you come off a train, you just check to make sure now the tail lights aren't on. They'll come on when the driver gets in. Right, down here. Up the ramps. And there we are up onto the concourse. They are not a soul in sight. Nobody at all. Back down here. Right, there we go. That's the end of the run. Hope you've enjoyed it. And if you do like it, then come and join me again when I do another run. Thanks. Bye bye. See you again.